Many times in chemistry, you will be asked to convert between two units, such as between micrograms and grams or kilograms and grams. And the key to that math, conversion factors. So a conversion factor is a ratio of two units that are related to one another. And we are familiar with units that are related to one another in our everyday life. For example, we know that 1 week is equal to 7 days. So two different units, days, week, they're related. 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Inches, foot, two different units, and we know how they're related. So let's look at an example of a conversion problem, and let's look at how we use conversion factors. So to use a conversion factor, we need to know the relationship between two units. And in this problem, I am going to convert from meters to picometers. So I need a relationship between meters and picometers, and here it is at the top of the slide. 1 picometer is equal to 10 to the minus 12th meter. As we go through this class, you will be given these metric equalities. So once we know what the equality is, how do we write a conversion factor from that? Well, conversion factor is a ratio of those two quantities. So I have two units. I have two different ways I can write this conversion factor, and notice I'm focusing on the units. As you do conversions, you really want to focus on the units. So I can write picometers in the numerator and meters in the denominator. And of course that 10 to the minus 12th stays with the meter. Or I can write meter in the numerator, and that 10 to the minus 12th stays with the meter, and picometer in the denominator. So there's two different ways I can write a conversion factor based on this equality, and which form matters. If I use the wrong form, I'll get the wrong answer. And let me just point out that both ways of writing this conversion factor actually equal 1. So how do we know which conversion factor to use? Well, it varies from problem to problem, and we have to be very, very clear about what unit we're converting from and what unit we're converting to. And if we're aware of that, then that will help us figure out which way to write the conversion factor so we end up with the right answer. So I'm starting out with 1.2 times 10 to the minus 10 meter. That's what I'm converting from. Anytime we use a conversion factor, the unit that we're converting from always, always, always goes in the denominator. So because I'm converting from meters, 10 to the minus 12 meters goes in the denominator. And the unit that I'm trying to get to always goes in the numerator. So 1 picometer goes in the numerator. So how do we do math with this? Well, this is a ratio, and this fraction bar here means divide by. So if I do my math, I'm going to multiply 1.2 times 10 to the minus 12th by 1 to get 1.2. Oh, did I say negative 12th? I meant negative 10. So 1.2 times 10 to the minus 10 times 1 will give me 1.2 times 10 to the minus 10. And then I'll divide by 10 to the negative 12th. And when I do that, I'll get 1.2 times 10 to the 2 picometers. So my units of meters have canceled out because this fraction bar means divide, and when I divide meters by meters, it equals 1. So go ahead and plug this into your calculator. Make sure that you get the right answer when you divide 1.2 times 10 to the minus 10 by 10 to the negative 12th, that you actually get 1.2 times 10 to the 2. If you don't, I have another video that explains how to use your scientific calculator to get the right exponents in your answer.